back. So in this video, we are going to understand the Leetcode problem number 1782. Check it's saying that check if binary string has at most one segment of ones or not, right? So we have given a binary string s and without leading zeros. If this is without leading zero, return true. If s contains at most one continuous segment of ones, otherwise return false. What does it mean? What are the questions saying that? Let's try to understand. Very first, think that you are given a binary string s, as you can see here, right? So this string s that contains only the 1 or 0. So 1, we can say 1, and 0 is called 0, right? Because this is a binary string, so it will contain either 0 or 1, right? So a segment of ones means what? It is saying the segment of ones, right? The segment of ones, right? It is saying means a segment of ones means a continuous group of oneness, right? A contiguous group of ones. What we can say a contiguous group of 1s. This is called the segment of ones, right? Let's try to understand through the example, guys. Okay, let's go to the board. So let's understand. uh, Sorry, guys. uh segment a segment of a segment of ones, right? What is the meaning of segment of ones? What is the meaning of a segment of one, right? So a segment of one means a contiguous uh, group of group of ones, we can say, right? That is what we have talked about, right? It means if you talk about the example, right? What are the examples are there? If we have all R1, let's suppose, so this is called one segment. Okay, if we have two leading 0 and then we have 1 1 1 and then again 0 0, right? It means it's also having one segment. If there is 1 0 1, it means there is two segment. Okay, if there is 1 1 leading, then 0 0 and then 1 1, it means there is two segment. Okay, guys, so this is the way you have to find what are the how many segments are there in a given binary string, right? Now the question saying that return true if the string contains at most one segment of 1s. At least one segment should be there. If more than there is, if there is a two or more than, right? If two or more than two segments are there, right, means you have to return false, right? In this case you will return true, and in this case you will return false, and these are the output, guys. Okay, this is the possible output. I hope you understand what the question is saying that. So how we will find that, right? Let's try to understand through an example. Let's come to here. Okay, so think that we have a string s and it contains 1 1 0. Okay, so if we will represent the given string into an array, how will you think that? The value that we have given is 1, then we have 1, and then we have 0. This is what we will do. What are the indexes there? So index we will say is 0, 1, and 2. This is the index we can say. So if this is your index, right, and this is your given value string, right, so we can say that the segment at, let's suppose, 1 1, right, it contains, because this is 1 and this is 0, this is 1, right, we can say. So there we have only one contiguous group of ones. Can I say that? There is only one group, right? We can say. It means output is true. Correct? Let's talk about example 2. We have to visualize. Okay? Let's think that if the string we have given is 1001, like this we have given by this string we have given. Okay? Let's think that. So if we'll write this into the array, we can say is 1, then we have 0, then we have 0, then we have 1. The index are 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is index and this is value, right? We can say. So these two segments are there. The very first segment is, let me write here itself, one segment and one segment. So there are two segments are there. How many there? Two segment of two segments of ones, we can say, right? And that is why it is output is false, right? We can say output is false because we need only one segment, right? Now it's time to understand some concept, right? So till now, what you have observed, what you have observed, okay? Let's try to understand. So if there are multiple segment of ones, the pattern will always contain, like there is 1, 0, something will be there, right? Then 0, 1, right? Means if there are multiple segment, this is for the multiple segment existing. If there are multiple segment existing, right? In that case, this will be your pattern where it will start with 1, 0, then 0, 0, 0, 1, like that. But let's suppose if there is, we have 0 and 1, as simple as, right? If we have this 0 and 1, what does it mean? It is a simplest indicator that it contains 0 and 1, right? Of this one, because if you see here this 0 1 and we have here 0 1, right? This pattern may contains this more 0 1, right? Means multiple segments we have of ones, we can say, right? So this is the simplest form of this. Either you can say this or this. Okay, why? Because 0, once a 0 appears after 1, if we again see 1, it means a new segment started, right? Let's try to understand what. So let's think that we have 1 1 1 0 0 and 1 1, right? So I just told you that it contains what? 0 1 pattern, right? So 0 pattern, if it is means a new segment begins, as simple. Because once a 0 appears after the 1, right, means we are seeing some zeros which is after some ones. It means what? If we again see 1, right, it means a new segment started, right? So we found one segment here, another segment here, right? So the simple thing we can say is 0 1 pattern. Okay, if 0 1 pattern is there, it means new segments begins always. So if the string contains, let's called 0 1, something will be there and then 1, right? It means what? If this segment is there, right, then there are multiple segment also, multiple segments of oneness. I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to say, guys, right? Like that, you have to find the segment, right? And then you will try to find that this is correct or not, right? So how you will find that this is the thing we have, right? Very first, that let's suppose we have a string s, means how we'll use in the code, right? Let's suppose we have this given what you call this binary string, right? So let's you will take a pointer, let's called, if we'll rewrite into as a array, how will you write that? You will say, okay, 1 1 0 0 and 1 and 1, like this you will write, right? Correct. Obviously you will write like this. So very first what will happen, this is index 0 0 1 2 3 4 5, like this, right? Now you will think that if I'll take a pointer at this position, right? If I'll take the pointer here and will do one scan, means if we'll do scan the string using a pointer, let's call the pointer I, right? If this pointer will scan this array or string, so what will happen? So when I is here, we find that this is the very first segment is going to start, right? So we found one. So the very first segment begins here. Then we'll check the next value. Still the same segment is there. So we'll say from here to here is the same segment, right? Then when I will reach to here at 2, we'll check, okay, this is not this is not the same segment because segment is ended at here. So we'll say this 2 is a segment 1, right? Here segment is ended, right? So what we will do, we'll go for when we reach here at 4, right? So new segment is detected because the value is 1 here, right? So we'll say, okay, new segment detected, okay, and we'll check as soon as the new segment detected here, let's call, it means here we will return false. Okay, why? Why? Because new segment detected. Can we say that? So new segment is detected, and so we will return false. Okay, guys. So it's a very clear intuition that, let's talk about the intuition, guys. Okay. So we only need to ensure there is no 0 1. If you find any 0 1 followed by followed later by 1, if there is if there is no 0 1 followed by 1 is right, so we need to ensure that there is no 0 1 followed by letter 1. So this is the simplest trick we can say. If if the string contains if the string contains what, 0 1, and after that another one appears, right? Or and also we can say and after that another one appears, we can say, correct? It means if this is the condition is there, means we have multiple segment, right? But even simple observation is that there is no, it should not contain 0 1, correct? So the string should not contain 0 1, because 0 1 indicates that one stop and they may start again. So simple thing that you will check, if the given string s contains 0 1, right, means if yes, return false. Let's try to see in the code. Okay, so let's try to understand here. Okay, the very first we have given the string s, we have given, guys, right? So as simple as what we can do, we can go for the single scan, right? We'll say, okay, we'll take a for loop. We'll say start with int I is equal to 0, and if I is less than s dot length is there, so length is a function because this is string, and we'll say we'll take less minus 1 will go, and I will take I plus plus, means start with a 0 and go to the last index. Okay, this is what we need to do. Very first you will check if the given string dot char add is a function, where we'll check at that index if index contains the 0. So if it is contains 0, and the next we'll check x dot char add, so this char add will use, and then the next character will check the current character and the next character. That is why we have took a string we are going from 0 to length minus 1. Okay, because next character we have to check if the next character I plus 1 contains after 0 there is 1. It means this is the multiple concept, right? Multiple segments contains, it means we will return false here, right? Why? Because multiple segments of 1s once are present, yeah, will be present, correct? Then we'll check, okay, if not, so no need to do the false the else condition. Just we'll check, okay, if it is not containing this situation, means we'll return true. Okay, the very first thing that we are checking 0 and 1, like there is nothing like we have here, that we have the string we have, and that contains 0 1. If 0 1 contains, right, it means multiple segments of 1s will be present, right? And in this situation, guys, right, the time and space complexities, because time we are taking is full scan, right, for I to 0, right? Here we are taking 0 to length minus 1, right? And so it will take the time complexities. Let's first check if the code is running or not. O of n it will take, and space we are not taking anything. So what does it says? Let's check again. Okay, it is going length 0. If s dot char at I is equal to 0, right, and s dot char at I plus 1 is equal to 1. So the very first we have started I from 0, and it will go to the s dot length minus 1. Yes, we are doing that. Then we will check this false condition. If s dot char at I plus 1, if I plus 1 is there, no guys, this is not I, this is 1 I have written. Okay, I plus 1, it should be I plus 1, not I. Yeah guys, let's submit. Yeah, so as you can see here, right, we have completed this one. Okay, we can optimize this code, right? So the time complexity will be O of n, and space will be O of 1. Okay, let's talk about how we can simplify this code, right? Let's think that if we'll say that this approach we will not use. Okay, and I want, so this approach will take, guys, let's write the PC will take O of n, and SC will take O of 1, like this. Okay, now how we can simplify this code, right? It's very simple. You just need to write single line of code. You will return and you will say if not s dot contains. Remember I told you if it does not contains 0 1, right? These substrings should not contain. If it contains means multiple uh, segment are there, right? If multiple segments are there, that contains multiple segment of 1 is present, it means it should not uh, return true. So let's check this one. Where let's submit. Yes, so it will work. The basically I'm trying to say is that if it is returning s dot contains 0 1, it means what? It contains multiple segment, right? And that is why this is not correct. Okay, now you can check. There is another approach, possible approach, that you can use. The you can use count segment, right? Idea is to count how many times a segment of one start and a segment start when the value s at I is equal to 1 or the previous character is 0. If that thing we will check, so how will check? This is called approach 2, guys. Let me comment this one also. Okay, I'll write here approach 1 we have seen. Okay, then we'll come here approach 2 we have seen. Now think approach 3. Approach 3. So in this approach we want to count segment, we can say. Okay, if we will count the segment, right, it means basically we want to count how many times a segment of one start. So a segment start when s at I is 1 and the previous character is 0, right? So we'll say, okay, start with the count, which is 0, and we'll take the for loop and we'll do scanning. One scan, I equal to 0, then I should be less than s dot length, like this, okay? And I plus plus. So here we'll check the condition if s dot char at, if s dot char at I is equal to 1 and previous character is, and we'll take I equal to 0, or we'll take or condition, we'll dot s dot char at I minus 1. If this is the condition, if equal to 0, right, it means we will find the count, means 1s count is increasing. Once you have the count, you will check if our count is greater than 1, means multiple be found, right? Means return false. Like that you can also do. Or in the last, when you will come out from the for loop, right, you just do return and we'll say true. You can try this one also. Let's check. Yeah, let's submit. Okay, so this code is also accepted, guys. Okay, the thing is we have seen that this is the approach we have found, and so this third approach we are doing what? Count at line number 7 we are taking count plus plus, and we are checking the number of how many segments are there. One is, once we'll find, then we'll line number at 10 we'll say if count is greater than 1, we'll return false because multiple segments we have found, right? So this is very intuitive and good for understanding, right? And then we can optimize the code if we want, right? You can also do by splitting the string. There is another approach that you can use is splitting by zeros, you can say. So split the string. Let's suppose when the given string split with a 0, and you will have all ones in a what you call the string of array of string, we can say, right? That will contain, if more than one empty segment will be there, you will just return false, right? That is also very easy for visualization, guys. Okay, you can use the regex, right, where you check the pattern 1 0, right? You will check if only one is followed by the 0, then it is also very good to understand, right? Like that you can check and you can find the best for your answer. Okay, so that's all in this video. In case you're having any doubt, please ping me in the comment box. And for structured learning, you can join our online classes, and for that you have to contact us. So that's all in this video, guys. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. And give thumbs up to this video if you like this video. Also share with your friends and subscribe if you're new at the Exploration Lab. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and let us know what you want to learn next in the comment below. And thank you for watching this video.